I didn't even have my driver's license.
No way.
I'm driving a $1 billion submarine without a license.
Oh, one time, yes, yes, yes.
Joining us today on the NEXCUE Mindset podcast is Linton Morgan. He is a God-fearing man, devoted husband and father of 4, raising 6, a decorated U.S. Navy submarine veteran. He operated and drove submarines, developing discipline, precision, and mental resilience in one of the most demanding environments on Earth. Today, he is a serial entrepreneur and investor who values strategy, growth, and the power of quiet focus. Known for his thoughtful presence, Linton appreciates the beauty in silence and the clarity it brings. He is a trusted friend and mentor, grounded in the understanding that while knowledge informs, wisdom guides. His life reflects leadership, purpose, and a commitment to growth, both personally and for those he influences. I'm so happy to have you today, Linton. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
What I would like to do is get into your mind on what it takes, since you have a unique experience in driving a submarine. I've never met anyone who does this. So take us back, if you don't mind. What goes through a young man's mind the first time he realizes he's responsible for driving a submarine?
I'm gonna throw it at you too like this. I didn't even have my driver's license.
No way.
I'm driving a $1 billion submarine without a license. Um, and if we can even go back further, I the reason I joined the Navy was because of cicadas. You're in Cincinnati, Ohio, so you know about the cicadas. So the cicadas of '04. I graduated '04. My dad was like, "Hey, try out what I do for a living." They did construction. I realized quick that I'm not a construction guy. I've always been a mind guy. Use my brain power against you, not my muscle. But he had me cutting out air conditioners in what do you call it, apartment buildings. So I got this buzz saw. I'm cutting out concrete, and it's loud. So cicadas, they're attracted to sound. So I turn around and I feel, bzz. I'm like, what the heck? Never mind. Brr. I look back and it felt like it was a million of them flying towards me. I fall off the scaffolding, blades coming behind me. I roll over. I'm pissed. I run in the house and I call a recruiter. I say, hey, if you can get me an air conditioned office, I'll join the Navy right now. So he gets me into a submarine and I'm driving the submarine. They gave me my first job was called a yeoman. So what I'm basically right behind the captain. Whatever he needs done, admin wise, I'm doing it. Whatever the crew needs done, awards, pay, leave, anything, I'm documenting. But while I'm on the submarine, I'm driving for 6 hours out of an 18-hour schedule. So mentally, just being down there, you kind of have to cut everything off and just focus straight on what your job is. If not, oh my goodness, I couldn't imagine. Even now, just thinking about it, I'm like, wow, like man. But man, yeah, that was the reason that I chose submarines out of everything.
Cicadas. Well,
Yeah,
that's
cicadas,
that's an interesting take.
man.
What did you quickly learn about pressure that most people never experience being in a submarine?
Mm. Well, if we say figuratively pressure, being surrounded by the ocean, I quickly learned a huge respect for the ocean. Um, there's certain depths that we haven't gone to, that we can't go to. Hearing the hull around you kind of creak in a little bit, doing a string test from wall to wall and seeing that string go in, it makes you just have a huge respect for the ocean. Mentally, just the pressure of everything outside is happening and I can't do anything about it. I just have to focus within because then it brings you back to my Christianity and my faith. Like I'm not in control. I'm,
Mm.
you know what? So when I grab those sticks, everybody has to has to believe in me that I'm gonna have their life in my hands. Because at any time I can la la la, like we're gone. So, yeah, I learned real quick that when you're not in control of things, just gotta let go. Just let it go. Let things happen. Just flow with it. It'll all be good. But control what you can control.
So when you're underwater, there's no margin for error. You talk about control. How does that reality reshape how you think and make decisions?
Mm. I would say, especially being a dad now, we used to call it the pregnant pause. Pregnant women, before they do anything, they take a pause. They have to tie their shoes. They got to get up. Before you do anything in the military, pregnant pause. Think about it. What are you about to do? And then execute. That right there set me up for everything that I needed in life. So, yeah, I would say that pregnant pause, man.
What habits or mental disciplines did you develop early to stay sharp and focused? I mean, I'm
Mhm.
underwater. I don't know how what the depth was,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of things happening: politics, people, personalities, egos.
Mm.
How'd you stay mentally focused?
And this is the real too. Like, so imagine being in a tube, no windows, and I got in when I got a waiver at 17, but I walked in at 18. I'm surrounded by, so this is 2004, so at least 15 years before that. So guys that got into the military around the 90s. So it's 150 of us. There was maybe 8 black guys,
Hmm.
maybe 8, maybe 5 Asian guys, 1 Indian guy, maybe. So there's probably only like 15 other. But then you got 120 something other guys from Texas, Alabama, all over America. Mainly Texas is the biggest one. But to put us all in a tube like that, and at that time, I'm 18, so I'm not really looking at it as the government and Obama and racism like that. But you see it as you get older, but you don't think about it. It's almost like you have to play this race game to where, all right, we know what we're about, we know what we're here to do. Do we put all of that aside and now you're my brother? Or do I have to respect your feelings and just, hey, you love Trump, you love this, cool. Let's still play the game later. All right, cool. Like, can we mature enough to the point of it's not about us, it's about the enemy? And I think once you realize that part of the military, then okay, you know what? It's all good. Because I want to say it was about 3 weeks ago. I just met up with some brothers that I served with, and white guy, black guy, Indian guy, Asian guy, but we're just chilling like it's 20 years ago. It's just normal. So I think yeah, that probably was the hardest reality to realize, that being young and naive, you don't really see it, but now it's like okay, I kind of noticed those avenues, and something I wish I would have had, because the submarine community is so small, so unique. Um, to have that OG, especially in life, to have somebody older than you that can kind of, hey, bro, come here. I did have a couple of those that to now I can still say, hey, I appreciate what you seen something and you notice led me in the right path. So
Hmm.
younger people watching this, hopefully your OGs, they do matter, because
They do
especially in
matter.
certain spaces, because y'all been through it. All of this is like a cycle, man. It looks different, but it's the same thing over and over. So.
So what separates someone? You talk about having the OGs and connecting with
Mhm.
others and having to develop that mindset. So what separates someone who survives that environment from someone who excels?
Mm. Um, if they're not, all right, if somebody's married, for example, I meet you, I'm instantly looking at your wife, and I say that because if you're a successful man, and I respect you, and I look at you like that, I'm gonna look at how you treat your family, and if your wife is gonna paint a picture of who you really are, that right there is gonna tell me everything I need to know about you. Your kids are really gonna tell me everything I need to know. If you look at me, you probably have a feeling about me. But if you look at my wife and my kids, oh, that man right there, yeah, he takes care of them. So I know where your mindset is at. And I think that's the difference between excelling. Let's say you don't have a family. I'm going to look at you just as a man. I always tell my daughters, you meet a man, does he have a house, car, investments, a job, some way of making money? If he does have those little basic things, all right, I can accept him as a man. If not, I'm looking at a little boy. So those simple things right there can tell you a lot right off the bat. And then from there, your integrity, the way you carry yourself. Do you sit down and shake my? It's those little things that your OG should be your dad should be telling you about, especially with other men and or other women in those spaces too. But that's another thing too. When I served, there were no women on the submarine. It was just all men. I think now some submarines they can accommodate, so it's a little different with that. But yeah, that's basically my way of always
The one
telling
that
a
so the
person
guy
that
the,
you're
the guy the guy who really excels, he's into the details of doing those things that are going to help him
mm,
to have the best outcome in life. He's
and
going to
others.
have investments. He's going to work. He's going to be honest. He's going to have some source of support financially that help him to accomplish what he's setting out to do. The guys who are not, you're going to tell right off. And I like how
Oh
you
yeah,
brought up the point about the guy who's married. You know, you're going to see how he treats his family, who he really is.
yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
good. So how do you manage fear when failure isn't an option?
how do I manage fear when failure is not an option? I would say my faith in God. 'Cause I've just started this journey. I want to say January. Um, there was and I'm gonna kind of go right into another part of it too. There was a song that came out that's called "God's Plan, Not Mine."
Hmm.
And when I heard those words, and it wasn't even from a spiritual guy, it was actually a love song, but still, God's plan, not mine. I gotta let go. Like to have fear, like God got it. I'm cool. Like what I'm gonna be fearful for?
Right.
Like so, it's it's hard, man. If I'm afraid of something, like I can just God, man. What am I gonna do about this? Gotta keep moving, like, cause if I give up, then hi, enemy got me. But yeah, so for me, fear, like, yeah, it's probably not even an option. 'Cause, yeah, he got it. I'm cool. Like,
Not even an option. You just focus
not
on,
even-
okay,
yeah, you got to get it done. So
it's in God's controls.
yeah.
Were there moments of self-doubt, and how did you silence that internal voice when you were in that submarine?
Mm. And this is so crazy. Music, music was my getaway. I love music. Being from New York, I'm Puerto Rican, Jamaican, and Cuban. So you can imagine that type of music I'm listening to. Then I'm Seven Day Adventist. My auntie is Pentecostal. Saturday, Sunday, I'm listening to that music. And then the first rap album I heard I had to sneak in the house was LL Cool J. So it's like I grew up,
You got the Cool J going.
man. Like so now I'm learning about the ladies, and it's like okay, then the Fugees and Jay-Z, and it blossomed to this New York cat that loves. I love West Coast music. I love down south music because of my friends I met in the military. So music took me away to where now I'm in this. I mean, I'm a short guy. I'm only 5'5", but your bunk is maybe 5'10", maybe 6 feet if you're lucky. You you're laying there and you're just listening to silence. That's it. So okay, I'm falling asleep to something. The craziest person that made the dopest album that you would have never even thought of. R. Kelly made a gospel album. I want to say it's called "You Saved Me,"
Hmm.
and the entire album is telling stories that you can relate to. The kid that's in school that's getting bad grades, but he wants to play basketball. The husband that cheated on his wife, but he gets into a car accident, and how God saved him through all of these situations. I'm laying in my bunk, 18 years old, just listening to like, all right, these guys have went through all of this, and what I'm gonna do? Cry because I'm in a submarine? No, like let me go get up and do some push-ups. Like let me figure it out because that's all I got. It's just me. So learning on early that it's me. I don't have mama. I don't have daddy. I ain't got nobody. It's just me, my music, my mission. That's it. That set me up for now at 39 that you can't really deter me. You can't break like I got it. It's just me in the mirror. So him first, but yeah.
So driving a submarine requires precision, I would imagine.
Yes.
How did that shape your decision-making process? Did that carry over into other aspects of your life?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Especially like that said, that pregnant pause. I always tell my kids that, my wife that especially too. Just think before you make that move. In everything you do. So that part, uh not not having a window to drive. Just that right there, the trust that you have to
No
believe
window.
nothing. And I'm gonna tell you this: you don't want to see what's out there. You
Oh,
don't want to
really?
see what's in the ocean because I mean, at a certain depth, I want to say it's 80 feet or something. Like there's no sunlight, so it's just darkness. And then you got to think of the fish that adapted to that. I forget what they're called, but they have like a little light on the tip of their heads, so that other fish see it and they come to it, and then he eats them. But the pressure that they live at, if you brought them up to the surface, they would implode on themselves because they live at that pressure. So it's the
Hmm.
idea of things that live down there that we've never seen that we don't know of. Sonar, they listen to, for example, shrimp sounds like nails on a chalkboard going through the ocean because there's so many of them. So if you could just imagine at a, I don't even know how many hundred thousands of them, you just hear that noise and I don't want to be in the ocean. Like I don't want to be here at all. But luckily, so like I said, you don't see anything. So just having that trust that you know what, Officer the deck is behind you reading a map from a navigator, and he's telling him, "Hey, we need to make a right turn. Helm, left 10 degrees rudder, steady course 250. Left 10 degrees rudder, steady course 250. Helm I." And just like it gives me goosebumps for me to even remember those commands. And you're just constantly, I just got to trust this guy that we're not going to run into an underwater mountain out of nowhere. So it's a very, yeah, it's a very stressful, very unique, but at the same time attention to detail, because I'm not just looking at a compass. I've got to look at our depth, I got to look at our tilt, I got to look at so many different instruments while I'm making that turn to make sure we're not rolling in the ocean somewhere. So yeah, it's wild when you think about it.
It's amazing how you had to trust one another.
Man.
Like you said, you had to set aside differences and just see everyone as a significant part that is going to help you to reach your destination.
Hmm.
It's amazing because what I'm hearing you say is that everybody's life is in your hands
Yeah, yeah.
based on the decisions you make.
Hmm.
Driving.
Driving 6 hours straight too. Like I mean, after a while, you could think fatigue sets in, and you're doing one of these. I mean, one slip and
Okay,
boy,
so let me ask you that. So how do you
mhm.
train your mind to stay calm when everything around you is high pressure? Like how do you train your mind? Do you what do you
Boy. So I mean, it's funny that we had this one game that we would play at the sticks. So two guys are driving and somebody's behind you, making sure you guys are okay. Um, I think it was called 7 degrees or 8 degrees of separation, Kevin Bacon or something like that.
Yeah.
You would train your mind to where, okay, how can I tie Benjamin Franklin to Kevin Bacon? Because Kevin Bacon's been in every movie. You're now mapping out, okay, Benjamin Franklin met, uh, I don't know, Jill Scott when she was on tour here. And then, oh yeah, uh, Adam Sandler met Jill Scott here. And so you're just sitting there focused, but you're like, I'm playing this movie in my head. Things like that right there just keep your brain moving. Um, Losing track of time. Now, this is kind of like a sad part, but at the same time, I didn't realize it at that time. We're working on 18-hour days. 6 of those hours, I'm doing this. That's it. Talking, whatever. Get off a watch, you eat, clean up. All right, now you got your time. You've probably got 10 hours to do whatever you want. Eat, do some work in your office or whatever you have to do. Um, do any paperwork, whatever. That's your time. Do not even think of a calendar. Don't think of what day it is. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's just what are you eating? That's the next thing you should probably think about. If you ate breakfast, you're gonna eat lunch. You're not gonna eat dinner because you're gonna miss out on that. So you're gonna wake up for mid rats. and then it just keeps rotating from there, rotating to where now in my personal life, I don't even look at time. I just, what am I going to get done? How am I going to get it done? Probably get a nap somewhere in there. So that right there, that routine, once you get into that routine of that, it just flows after a while. Because we're talking 6 months. I had 89 days straight underwater at one time. Those 89
89?
days,
89?
no sunlight, no, like nothing at all. So it was just that. And I mean, if you think of time, it's over. It's a wrap. You will lose your mind down there. But it just, yeah, just let it go.
So in that environment, trust is everything. I heard you say it because you're listening to your crewmates, and how is trust built when lives are on the line?
Mm. Um, the idea on my first ship, I was there for 6 years. So for me, once you met your core crew, so your guys that you meet that you know you can relate to, we listen to the same music, we play the same games. Oh, okay, cool. Then that core kind of grows, but you also meet other people on the ship. And I'm gonna take it back real quick. On the submarine, you have to qualify. You get your dolphins. Takes about 9 months. So in that 9 months, you have to go to every department on the ship and learn their job. Because if something happens and the guy dies, you got to call somebody up. So
Right.
that means I need to know how to be doc. I need to know how to run sonar. I need to how to know how to run navigation. I need to know how to run weapons control, torpedo room. Like I just need and the nuclear stuff in the back as well. If something happens and I'm the only man on the board, I could run around and like I could push everything and be good. But it takes 9 months of learning to where you take a qualification test at the end and they say, show me how to take a molecule of water and into the submarine and turn on your rack light. How do I turn water into electricity? What the heck? But I know how to do that. So, like I said, it takes 9 months to figure all of that out. Once you do that, you should have met the entire crew by then. You
Hmm.
should have learned something from the torpedo man that you sat down with for 15, 20 minutes and he showed you how to load a torpedo, how to work the weapons, how to go up to sonar, what to listen to. So by then, oh man, those are my boys. Like, hey, I might not know you. It's like high school all over again. I might not know y'all, but I know y'all. Like I see y'all every day at high school. What's up? Like, and it just kind of rolls like that. On my first ship, my first place I went to, I want to say it was called a place called Guam. If you couldn't afford to, let's say you're in Hawaii, you can't afford to go to Japan, you would go to Guam. It's like a small version of Japan. Um, when I went there and I got off the ship, I was so paranoid because at that time certain movies had came out, like Saw, Hostel. So people were getting kidnapped, and I'm like, man, short brown dude from America, man, they gonna get me. Like, what the heck? So I was always like, man, what the heck are we head on the swivel? Like, where we going? And it kind of messed up my experience, but at the same time, I still had my fun on the side. Like, so, but just having that trust that, you know what, we're 18, 19, it's all of us. Like I said, you got a white guy from Texas. One of my best buddies is from, was it South Carolina? Showed me how to play the spoons. Every time he got nervous because he was away from his family, you just hear ding, 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 ding. Name was Anderson, man. But it's just that type of environment. If I would have been in Cincinnati, I would have just been with the homies. I would have never experienced, like I said, a guy that plays the spoons with his family while his mom, who, like they really do that and get busy. Like, so, it's those things that I just, man, we all came in almost like we're a family now. We sit down and just, man, I never, Morgan, let me trade music with you and you trade music with me. Okay, what are you listening to? Five Finger Death Punch? What the heck is that? Like, I don't know. But here you listen to this. What's this? It's Jay Z. What the heck is a J and a Z? Like, man, just listen to it. By the end of the day, man, give me back my music, man. I hate this song. So it's just stuff like that that I would have never experienced. But that's where you build those bonds at. That I'm gonna talk crap with you, but nobody else better not talk trash. Like when we go out of this country, it's America against everybody. So
How do you handle mistakes when the stakes are extremely high?
Mm. Um, Water off a duck's back. It's gonna happen. Mistakes are gonna happen. But are you gonna sit there and dwell in it and cry in it and oh me oh my? Like I tell my wife all the time that man, males and females, when y'all get into it, it's like you gotta call your girl and then she gonna call her, y'all gonna have a group chat about well man, Steve did me wrong. Hey Steve, I got a problem, bro. I need to holler at you about something. Okay,
Yeah.
what's wrong? Like I'm nipping it in the bud, and then all right, bro. I'll let you tomorrow. Peace. Like, and that's it. So it's like when problems happen, all right, cool. I spilled the milk. Oh, I spilled the milk.
Yeah.
Nah, spilled the milk. On to the next. Like, let's just keep it moving. So yeah, for me, man, mistakes are gonna happen. They're supposed to happen. It's what you do about the mistake that really says next what's gonna happen. So yeah.
You transition, you retired from the military, which I think
Mhm.
is fantastic. I'm a military buff and really love the military. You know, what parts of the submarine mindset do you still use today in business and life?
Mm. Um, you're gonna have crappy days. Life is not all sunshine and rainbows. Um, I almost sometimes when we talk about it's better to be broke than dead. Well, I was under water. I couldn't spend money. I couldn't do anything. Now I'm above ground. Like I could
Yeah,
do whatever
yeah.
I want to. So yeah, I don't take things personal. I know it is what it is. These are things that I learned early from my. I had a senior chief, one level away from a master chief. That was the first guy that trained me in the military. Used to give me all types of weird game, but I just didn't get it because I was so young and whatever. Like no fornication before qualifications. Man, I'm outside in Hawaii. I'm 18 years old. Leave me alone out there.
Testosterone is high. Yeah.
Man, you feel me? Like I'm looking at Samoan women, Asian women, Hawaiian women. Man, I'm about to go out and party this weekend. Like Morgan, let me talk to you. Because that's like I said, he's a senior chief, so he probably like 37, 38 at this time. Like, and I'm not getting it, but he's seen it in me, but he just wanted to help me with stuff.
Hmm.
So little game, the ducks off of water off a duck's back, man. Don't let it stick to you.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's just it's gonna come and go. Like, oh well, what you gonna do about it? Cry? Go cry in the bathroom and then come back. Like, cause he done been there, done that. You're on a submarine. The only communication we have is when we stick the scope up and we download email.
Yeah.
We done got some evil emails from wives, from friends, from just
Mm.
bad stuff. And it's like, you can read this and for the next 2 months, you're gonna feel some type of way, or you can wait until you get home. Do you want to make that decision? Those type of things that the Dear John letters, like I mean, it just, so mentally for me, I've had things happen where I got those letters, and it's like, do I live in it, or do I, you know what? I got a mission. I'll deal with it when I get home. Like so, yeah, taking those parts, and now since I'm home, and I'm home, I can do whatever I want to. Like so, let's get it. Yeah, now I don't have a restriction, so
Yeah.
like
So
yeah.
how can someone in a corporate or entrepreneurial role adopt the same level of focus and resilience that you develop in a submarine?
Don't take it personal. It's one of the biggest things, especially for me. I love business. I love selling. I love the art of selling. I had my uncle worked at an airhead factory, and the airheads that fell off the conveyor belt, he would sell to the Arabs in the hood downtown. He would sell them to me for a penny. I would sell them for 10 cents to the homies or a quarter at school. So now I make that hustle right there, and that this was the fifth grade, I want to say, that right there turned me into the candy man at school, and it grew up to who I am now. So, man, don't take it personal. It's another day. You're supposed to hear no. You're supposed to hear
Here,
no.
no.
Where
Yeah.
everybody said, yeah, man, that's something ain't right. So, yeah, learn from the no's and then just figure it out. Just keep going. So, like, yeah.
You said don't take things personally, and then you talked about how you are able to focus on your mission Is there another mindset shift that you had to make that changed everything for you?
Hmm. I think and this when my dad passed, that really gave me the it's me. That's it.
Mm,
In the military, I knew like it's just me. I got this or whatever. When I get out, then I can talk to you guys. But at this point in time, it's just me. Um, I think that kind of set that tone for me. That yeah, I got this. I
it's on
can't
you.
rely on nobody else. Yeah,
It's up
yeah.
to you. It's up to
Mm,
you. Um, you had to give a if you had to give, excuse me, if you had to give a young person like three rules to thrive
mm.
under pressure, what would they be? Like three rules. Like these are my three rules. What would they be?
Pressure. The pregnant pause for sure.
The pregnant pause is one,
Yeah,
yes.
we got to stop and think about what's going on. Um, Under pressure. You should always have God first. Having God first gives you that ability to, instead of straight looking in the mirror or looking for the answer or looking for a book, to be able to do this.
Yes, sir.
That that right there, that just that moment right there, it kind of alleviates some of that pressure too, because it's like, all right, I'm gonna give this to you, God. What should I do next? Boom, like reflection now. So I would say that right there, those two things. Um, it might sound stupid, but doing some push-ups. Just crank
And
it
the
out real
third,
quick.
get physical.
Yeah,
Get
yeah. Just
physical.
get physical with it, because sometimes like, all right, so women are emotional. We're logical, right? So they might not have the physical strength to do something, but when they get emotionally all charged up, for us men, we get like I'm mad right now. Why am I pissed off or I'm hurt or whatever? Like, you know what? Crank it out real quick. Take it out on the ground. Let that out real quick. Those three things, you should find some type of peace
Mm.
somewhere in there and then be able to move forward. So I would say, yeah, the pregnant pause, looking to God, and just cranking out some push-ups, man. Just yeah,
This is my final question for you. Who
please.
do you have to become mentally to handle the life you say you want to live? Who do you have to become mentally to handle the life you want to live?
Um, I wish I knew the word for it, so I'm kind of trying to describe it, but I felt like to have this life that I chose, and I'll just use me for example. I made the joke one day that I want to be able to take my debit card and just swipe it, and instead of saying, "Father, in the name of Jesus, I please this as it works." I just want to be able to buy what I want whenever I want to. I don't care if it's a Rally Burger because I like Rally's fries, or if it's a $900 bike at Walmart.
Yeah.
I deserve that. I've worked hard enough for that. But what do I have to do to get that? This was probably 2017. From there, I had to build my business, residual income, learning that I can make money in my sleep. What do you have to do? You got to start cutting people off.
Mm.
You gotta, when you want to elevate in life, you have to look at the people around you. If you're the elevator, is anybody else riding that elevator? Are they listening to the words that you're saying? And it might sound like a dick move, but I don't like talking to people that don't listen to me. When you first hear it, it's like, what? But it should make sense. I feel like that Eddie Murphy movie when he only had a couple of words that he could use in his life. So it's, if I'm talking to you, I love you and I'm telling you this for a reason. But if you're not on the elevator, then you know what, bro? I got to keep going, and I'm gonna meet other people that are, oh, hey, bro, are you on the same? Hey, let's go, cause now we're going. But it's like, dang, I'm like, man, what am I doing here? Like, this is annoying. So you do have to turn into like this stone faced killer. Like, I want this bad, and my whys, my reason for it, are my children. Looking at them, I wish my dad would have known about Apple, would have known about Microsoft, any of that stuff. Like, but that's another story about what they had, that period had to go through. Like, so I get it, but I'm not gonna be that guy. my kids will know about crypto. Like dad did know about all of this stuff. So that right there, it just made me say, you know what? I look around, dog, y'all not getting it? Cool. I'm gonna just have to keep going. And it is what it is, but especially as a man, like once you lay the seed and now you have seedlings, like it's all about them. Your life, you done already did all you had to do. Like now it's about the next generation. So if y'all not, if my friends or my associates or whoever is around me, y'all not on the same, I guess, level field, then I just got to keep going. I got to keep going.
Linton, thank you so much
No problem.
for
Problem.
sharing with us the mindset you must have to thrive under pressure and live a great life. Hey, how can people follow you? Do you have a handle you want to share? Are
I
you on
will.
social media or are you dark or off the
I am.
grid? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Morgan's Eye on Instagram is probably my best place to go to. Morgan's Eye.
At Morgan's
I
Eye on
yeah.
Instagram.
I'm huge on just seeing the world out of my eyes and just kind of going from
Oh
there.
man, thank you so much for chopping it up with me today. Audience,
Appreciate it.
take your cues from Linton Morgan and live a great life. Next cue.
Whoa, one
Thank you.
Man, that
time,
was
yes.
awesome, man.